Hello everyone, my name is Swati and I'm going to explain you about the number system today. So everything that you learn in math is nothing but different form of number patterns. Not just math. If you see natural phenomena, any physical phenomena, everything requires mathematics. So basically mathematics is the heart of many subjects. Now, moving forward, we have been learning about the number patterns for a very long time now. So, the very first thing that we learn in mathematics is the number pattern. Or we can also say that the very first thing that we learn in mathematics is counting numbers, which is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So, these numbers are known as natural numbers. Numbers starting from 1 to infinity are known as natural numbers and it is denoted as n. Now, let me take an example. For instance, I have a basket and in that basket I have various colors of balls. Let's say 2 white balls, 2 red balls and 2 blue balls. And I want to find out that what is left in my basket at the end. Once I take out all my balls, what is still left in my basket? So I am not able to find out what is still left because the number what I'm looking for is none of the natural numbers because the basket is empty. So here from this we got the number 0. The basket is empty, so we can represent it as 0. So when I add 0 to my set of natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, these numbers are known as whole numbers. So and it is represented as W. Now, moving forward, let me just do some calculations with my whole numbers. Let's say 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, 5 plus 2 equals 7, 2 minus 3. So what is 2 minus 3? 2 minus 3 is negative 1. But we don't have this negative 1 in a set of whole numbers because whole numbers start from 0 onwards. So these negative numbers are known as integers. So basically integers consist of a set of all negative numbers, positive numbers including 0. So let me show you. Integers are set of negative numbers, minus 3, so on, positive number including 0. So it lies between negative infinity to plus infinity. So this is about integers. So let me take an integer. Let me take two integers, 0 and 1. Now if I want to insert number between 0 and 1. So that is going to be 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 lies exactly between 0 and 1. So if I again want to divide 1 by 2 into two parts, it is going to be 1 by 4 and 1 by 4. So when I add 1 by 4 twice, I get 1 by 2. When again I want to simplify 1 by 4 into two parts, so it is going to be 1 by 8, 1 by 8. And again 1 by 16, 1 by 16. So the list goes on. So what are these numbers? These numbers are known as rational numbers. Very important, rational numbers. So basically rational numbers lies between any two integers. Now let me explain you what rational numbers are. So let us now explore about rational numbers. So rational numbers are in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. So these are the two conditions for a rational number. So it is always expressed in P by Q form where Q is not equal to 0. So now here P and Q. So let me take an example 2 by 3. Is 2 by 3 a rational number? Yes, because 2 and 3 both are integers and the denominator Q is not equal to 0. One more example, minus 1 by 2. Yes, it's also a rational number. Is Minus 3 a rational number? Yes, minus 3 is a rational number. Why? Because minus 3 can be expressed as minus 3 by 1. So this can be expressed as p by q form. So all the integers are rational number. Very important. All integers are called as rational numbers. Now let us see, is 0 a rational number? Can we express 0 in the form of p by q form? Yes. 0 can be written as 0 by 1, 0 by 2, 0 by 3 and so on. So you can express 0 as p by q form, and also the denominator is not equal to 0. Therefore, yes, 0 is also a rational number. So this was about the rational numbers. Now let us explore more about the rational number. Let me take an example of 2 by 3. So 2 by 3, I am going to explain you what are equivalent rational numbers. So by the name itself, we understand equivalent, equal. So I've taken an example of 2 by 3, and for this particular rational number, if I want to multiply 2 on both numerator and denominator, so I can multiply and divide the same number to both numerator and denominator, so it doesn't affect my given question. So yes, what do we get? 2 2s 4, 3 2s 6, 4 by 6. Similarly, if I multiply it by 3, I get 6 by 9. So 2 by 3, 4 by 6, 6 by 9 are all equivalent fractions. They are equal to each other. When I again reduce this into the simplest form, I get 2 by 3. In the same way, I can reduce this to simplest form, I get 2 by 3. So basically, for a rational number, you can find several equivalent rational numbers by just multiplying or dividing with the same number to both numerator and denominator. Now let us see how can we reduce to the simplest form. The simplest form is nothing but, for instance, let us take 16 by 24, a rational number. So this is not in the simplest form. So simplest form, you can say it is when both the numerator and denominator has only one common factor, that is 1. There should not be any common factor between them. But when I see in this question, you have many common factors between these two numbers, 16 and 24. So 16 and 24 both are divisible by 2. So when I divide it by 2, I get 8 by 12. Now again, 8 by 12 can further be reduced to 4 by 3. 4 by 6, sorry, 4 by 6. Similarly, you can still further reduce it to 2 by 3. So now at the end, 2 by 3 is into its simplest form, because when I see the number 2 and number 3, they only have one common factor, that is 1. So that is why we say that yes, it is in the simplest form. Now moving forward, I'm going to explain you, I'm going to help you understand that how many rational numbers are there between any two numbers, between any two rational numbers. So let us take an example of minus 4 by 5 and minus 2 by 3. So my question is, I want to insert two rational numbers between these two. So before moving to this question, first, let me take two rational numbers, 1 and 5. And I want to find out how many rational numbers do I have between 1 and 5. So it is 2, 3, 4. It's very easy to predict, correct? So let me take another example. 2 by 10, 5 by 10. All right. So now 2 by 10 and 5 by 10, you have 3 by 10, 4 by 10. Correct? Do we just have these numbers? Don't we have any other rational numbers between these two rational numbers? No, we do have rational numbers. Why? Because if you see this 4 by 10, this is not in the simplest form. So 4 by 10 can further be written as 2 by 5. We have just seen the simplest form, 2 by 5. So we can also add 2 by 5. And when I consider 2 by 5, so can I multiply and divide with the same number to both? I get 4 by 10. Again, if I multiply it by 3, 2 by 5 into 3 into 3, I get 6 by 15. So similarly, I can multiply by 4, 5, 6 and so on. So the list of rational number keeps on increasing, because if you see, every rational number has infinitely equivalent rational numbers. So when we try to write equivalent rational number for all these numbers, you get a lot of rational numbers between any two given rational number. So from this we can conclude that there are infinite rational numbers between any two numbers. So here we got to know that you can get it into the simplest form, you can find the equivalent fraction, and the list goes on. Now in this question, how do we find two rational numbers between the given two? Now the easiest method is you can just make the denominator same. So if I see here the denominator 5 and 3, they are different. So if I take the LCM, I get 15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply my first rational number with 3, and for my second rational number, I'm going to multiply it with 5. Why? Because I want to make the denominators same. Now, once that I have the denominators same, I need to just look at my numerators, and accordingly I can write all the rational numbers. So my numerator is minus 12 and minus 10. So between minus 12 and minus 10, I just have minus 11 by 15, correct? But how many rational numbers do we need to find? We need to find two rational numbers. So how do I get more rational numbers? So when you are asked to find many rational numbers, you can make the denominators bigger. Bigger as in, I've made the denominators 15. So instead of 15, I can think of some other common factor which 5 and 3 has. So let's say we have 45. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make the denominators as 45. So I'm going to multiply this with 9, and my second fraction or the rational number, I'm going to multiply it with 15. So I get minus 30 by 45. It's the same thing. Only thing what I'm trying to do is I am making the difference between the two rational numbers, numerators, a vast difference, so that I can get two rational numbers. Now, when I see my numerators, minus 36 and minus 30. So I have many rational numbers. I have more than two rational numbers between these two rational numbers. So I have minus 35 by 45. I have minus 34, minus 33, minus 32, and minus 31 by 45. So basically I have 5 rational numbers just seeing the numerators. So I need to pick any two, so I can pick any two rational numbers. So this way, once you increase the denominator, the gap between the numerator also increases, and you can find as many rational numbers as you want to. Now, moving forward, let us see how can we compare any two rational numbers. How can we judge which rational number is greater than the other? So for example, let me take 2 by 3, 5 by 2. So again, comparison, you have two methods. Either first one is you can make the denominators equal. So when I make the denominators equal, the LCM is 6. So let me just multiply the first one with 2 and I get 4 by 6. The second one, I'm going to multiply it with 3 and I get 15 by 6. So denominators, we made it same. Now we need to just concentrate on our numerator. The greater the numerator, the greater is the fraction. So 4 is greater or 15 is greater. We know 15 is greater. Therefore, it belongs to this rational number. So 5 by 2 is greater than 2 by 3. So this is how you compare two rational number. There is one more method. So again, let me take my example. And this time I am going to cross multiply the numbers. So I'm going to multiply these two and these two. So first 2 into 2, 4, 3 into 5, 15. Now here again I can judge which number is greater. 15 is greater, therefore 15 is this rational number. So 5 by 2 is greater than 2 by 3. So either ways you can get the same answer. So this is how you compare any two rational numbers. So yes, so what we have seen is, we have seen what are numbers, number pattern, different types of numbers, that is natural numbers, whole numbers, what are rational numbers, very important topic, the definition, how can we insert numbers between any two rational number. We have also seen the comparison of rational numbers. We have seen equivalent rational numbers. So yes, so in this session we have explored what are rational numbers and subtopics under rational numbers. Thank you.